Hello everybody, this is Lisa Burnham, and today I'm here to show you how to cut a mango. You know, this is not one of those things that is a given. Okay, everybody knows that the mangoes have a very strange shaped pit. It's flat, it's long, and it's not necessarily obvious exactly how it's positioned in the mango. So when you're cutting a mango, there's a few cool tricks that I'd like to show you because I use them for my smoothies every day. Especially when I'm here in Costa Rica, I get these gorgeous fresh mangoes from, you can either get them from the farmer's market, a side stand on the road. People just have these everywhere. I mean, the neighbor even has a huge tree. They're everywhere. So they're very inexpensive here and you can get them fresh. And here's the other thing as well. How do you check whether it's ripe or not? Well, there's a really slight difference between a mango that's not quite ready to cut and absolutely perfect, and then overripe. And when mangoes get overripe, they actually don't taste good at all. So there's a beautiful moment in mango magic where you need to cut it. Now, this mango is perfect, ready to go. And the way that I know that it's ripe is because when I press it, it makes a little indent right there. If I go and I press this one, it really isn't really making an indent. So I'm pretty sure this is absolutely needing another day to ripen. And what happens when you cut into mangoes that aren't quite ready is they're a little bit harder and a lot more yellow. Some people like them like that. You know, you can actually add a little lime and, you know, it could be a good dessert too. But for my purposes today, I want to show you how to cut the perfectly ripened mango without any kind of fancy cutting device, which they do have out there, but this is the way to cut a real mango. All right, step one. Get your mango, make sure it's ripe, and get a good carving knife. And step two is going to come on the cutting board right now. Okay, now, as you can see here, I have already cut up a mango earlier to shooting this video. And there's a sticker on it because I did get it at the regular grocery store, but that is just definitely not going to affect what we're doing at all. Now, this mango, I don't know if you can see, there's a certain kind of coloring going on here. It's very subtle, but it actually really is there. The center of this mango is pretty squishy, and right around the edges, it's perfect. And there's a very slight color differentiation between, it's a little bit more orange and it's a little slightly more yellow. So this mango is actually on its way to being overripe. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little darker here, a little lighter here. It shouldn't be like that. For perfectly ripe mangoes, it should all be kind of this golden yellow. So this is the mango that we're going to cut, and this is the one that I feel is really the perfect ripeness. Now, when you get a mango, it should have a bit of a skinnier side, but a lot of them aren't. You know, this one's almost pretty much an egg shape. You might not be able to see where the pit is going to be. So this is the trick. This is the tricky part, is where is the pit in this mango? And then that's the trick to slicing it. So I'm going to hold it up like this, and I am pretty sure that the pit is going the flat way like this, and I'm going to cut it right down the side. And if I'm doing it right, I should get a perfect slice right down the side of the pit. And voila. Now you can just see the pit starting to peek out right there. And you can see that also this is not overripe. You see how this has some darkened edges here and this one doesn't? This one's perfect, perfect. Okay, so that's the first big slice. And then this is the super trick right here. This is how you get your chunks right out of the mango. So without going too deep and cutting my hand, of course you can do it on the cutting board if you're not as secure, is you want to make this little X, or more like a little cross hatch right there. Everybody knows how to make a hashtag. There's my hashtag. And then check out this trick, you guys. All you do is turn that little section inside out after you've cut the hashtag, and all you gotta do is just pop it right into the blender or bowl, or you can actually just eat them right off that. And isn't that a great trick? And I might have to give a little credit to Martha Stewart because I'm pretty sure I heard that one from her. And that, my friends, is how you cut the slice off of one end of the mango. Now, when you're going for the rest of the mango, you have two choices here. You can actually cut the side off the side of the pit, but that's going to give you these very small slices, and those are fun for eating. You can just give those to a kid or just kind of nibble right on that, and that's a nice little slice for eating. Or one thing I also like to do is kind of hold it flat on the cutting board like this and slide my knife right across the bottom between the skin and the flesh of the mango, and then you get these really nice little chunks to eat. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time, because this side right here is going to be able to get a nice another big chunk just like the other one, because I'm cutting right down the side of the pit. You can see the pit sticking out in there, and now I have this nice huge chunk. I'm give it the crosshatch. Okay, for that one, because it was a little smaller, I only gave it one slice, but you're still getting these awesome cubes, and look how easy it is to just cut them right off the skin and into a bowl or wherever you want. And mango is one of those things that you can keep in the fridge. You can also put in the freezer. It's great in the smoothies if it's frozen, but man, there's nothing sweeter than a fresh mango smoothie. Smoothie demo right here, since we're already diving right into the smoothie, and I just want to show you, how now, as far as the mango goes, I've got one more nice little slice right on the edge, right there, okay? I did grab a tiny little bit of the pit, but you can just cut that right off. And then, again, this is absolutely perfect mango. If it wasn't as ripe as this, it wouldn't be as easy to just slide right off into the bucket. Now, I've got so much mango in here. I'm actually going to take out a little bit and put a banana in, because I really do like mixing my smoothies with half a banana. I always use half a banana. Bananas do have a bit of calories, so you don't want to be eating too many bananas all day long, but they're great for potassium. They're great after you exercise. They're really, really just such a great food source. So I always have a nice banana, and they create a good kind of creamy texture to the smoothie. Now this is, I'm in Costa Rica, so I just found this is a mixed fruit and nectar. It's a light version, and it doesn't have any sugar, and it's got everything I need. It mixes in a little of the mango juice and a couple other fruits. Now I don't fill up my smoothie with all the juice, because that would definitely be too much natural sugar. I always go for a little bit of cold water, and it's great to have it nice and cold on hand. And so this is a little filtered water, and that's just going right in there too. And then, of course, where would I be without my protein mix? We're coming to the end of our trip, so we're actually at the very end of our protein powder, but we always carry that with us, and I'm just going to use it right up. This brand, this Spirotine brand, this is vanilla, and this is a soy protein, actually totally gluten-free, and if you have milk allergies, it's great. And then I always love to have my hemp protein in there as well. Gives a little texture, and also just the extra added benefits of hemp, which I could just do a whole video series on that. Now, obviously it's going to be noisy, so I'll come back in a second when we're done with blending the smoothie. So bear with me. Guys, came out so yummy. It's thick, it's delicious, it's refreshing. It's fresh mango. There's nothing like them, and they are all over Costa Rica, so they're really inexpensive. But if they're more expensive in the areas where you live, you can definitely find them frozen. I find them in Trader Joe's. It's not too expensive, and it definitely takes me through, man, a couple weeks of smoothies. So it's very economical if you keep it in your freezer so that they don't get overripe. And oh, here's one more tip actually. When you get your mangoes, okay, don't put them in the refrigerator. Let them ripen on the counter for a day or two. But if they get a little too mushy, then that's overripe. So like I said before, there's a fine line. I like to sometimes put them in the fridge when they get to the perfect ripeness, because that'll keep them a little bit longer. And then when you cut them and they're ready to eat, they're cold and sweet and delicious. Mangoes are definitely one of my most favorite things to put into a smoothie. I pretty much use them in every smoothie every day. So Pura Vida, thank you so much for checking out my video on how to cut a mango and the extra added bonus of how to add it to a smoothie. Wow, how awesome is that? So, Pura Vida and adios, and click the link below for any more information or how to get in touch. Bye bye.